The true potential of a nation depends on the health, education, and quality of its future citizens. But in present-day India, one of the main challenges in providing continuous education to a child is migration. This phenomenon impacts the access of a migrant child to schools due to language, distance, and economic reasons. Migration is one of the global issues of this century. It is caused by one of two major factors: natural calamities and better employment opportunities. In India alone, more than 30 million migrate every year in search of jobs. Most of the people who migrate work in brick kilns, construction, and other informal sectors. Families mostly migrate together as a unit, and the most vulnerable part of the families, their children, are left with no choice but to be absorbed into the workforce that employs their parents, thus promoting child labor as well. The girl child suffers the most, and these children are denied education and other developmental opportunities. The National Sample Survey shows that AP has the highest incidence of short-term or seasonal migration in South India. Aided Action, in collaboration with Rajiv Vidya Mission of the Government of Andhra Pradesh, Department of Primary Education, conducted a survey from June to November 2010 to map the migrant population of Andhra Pradesh. 779 NGOs participated in this survey that identified 7.6 lakh migrant population, of which 1.2 lakh were children. It was found that the children get lost in the intergenerational development process along with their peers in the source area as well as in the destination areas, as they primarily lose the opportunity of education and overall well-being because they either drop out or are never enrolled for education.
Migrant children form the largest group of vulnerable and excluded children, and with our experience we realized that the only way by which we can find the lasting solution is through a comprehensive approach and by involving multiple stakeholders. Using the opportunity, we collaborated with the government of Andhra Pradesh in India, and we involved a large number of civil society organizations, government, academic institutions, as well as corporate sector to see that we develop a sustainable mechanism which has positive impact on migrant children and their education.
Given this situation, the data was jointly validated by Rajiv Vidya Mission, SSA, and Aided Action during the period December 2010 to mid-January 2011, and an action plan was arrived at. Under the realm of Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Act 2009, Aided Action, in partnership with 142 NGOs, initiated 714 worksite schools and 480 seasonal hostels across the 22 districts of Andhra Pradesh. The primary objective of this initiative is to allow the children to access basic education at the source and in destination areas.
Particularly Adilabad lo ఎక్కువ శాతం మహారాష్ట్ర నుండి జిన్నింగ్ ఫ్యాక్టరీస్కు మైగ్రేట్ అయ్యి వస్తారు పేరెంట్స్. వాళ్ళతో పాటు చిన్న పిల్లలు వాళ్ళతో ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేస్తారు. వాళ్ళ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ డిస్కంటిన్యూ అవుతుంది. ఈ వర్క్ సైట్ స్కూల్స్లలో వాళ్ళకి ఎడ్యుకేషన్ కంటిన్యూ చేయడంతో పాటు వాళ్ళ మదర్ టంగ్లో, మరాఠీ పిల్లలకు మరాఠీలో, ఒరియా పిల్లలకు ఒరియాలో.
The idea is to continue education of these migrant children and encourage them to go to age-appropriate classes and gain confidence while also countering child labor in the process.
మేము ఇక్కడ బతకనికి వచ్చాం సార్. మాది మహబూబ్నగర్ జిల్లా. అయితే మాకు ఇక్కడ సార్లు పిల్లలు తీసుకుని వెళ్తే డెంగలు తగులుతున్నాయి, కింద పడుతున్నాయని చెప్పి సార్లు బెరిచిన వరకు ఇక్కడ మాకు స్కూల్ పెట్టినది కాబట్టి మంచిగా అయింది. మా పిల్లలు ఇక్కడ బాగానే స్కూల్ చదువుతున్నారు.
చదువు లేక ఎట్లా పాడైపోతారు అనుకున్నాము. ఇక్కడ మాకు పిల్లలు చదువుకోవటానికి కానీ టీచర్స్ ఉన్నారు. పిల్లలందరినీ చక్కగా స్కూల్కి తీసుకొస్తారు.
Aided Action facilitated the process of establishing the schools in or near work sites at destination, and Rajiv Vidya Mission ensured midday meal in local government schools for worksite children. Aided Action recruited education cadre from source locations and also provided teaching learning material to children in their local language. Exams were conducted and promotion certificates were issued to all those who successfully completed classes, and these children are reintegrated in the local government schools at source villages.
Towards facilitating and supporting Rajiv Vidya Mission in the state of Andhra Pradesh, Aided Action has taken the responsibility of this support role by partnering with 142 NGOs across the state of Andhra Pradesh, who are covering both inter and intra-state children.
The primary objective of running the seasonal hostels, which are residential facilities, is to arrest child migration, and the education cadre also convince the parents to leave their children in these hostels. The children are provided breakfast and dinner at the seasonal hostel, and the lunch is provided at the school as part of midday meal.
మా అమ్మ వాళ్ళు మద్రాస్ వెళ్ళారు. నేను కూడా వాళ్ళతో కలిసి వెళ్తే అక్కడ చదువు ఏటి చదువుకోలేదండి. మళ్ళీ వచ్చాను. ఇక్కడ సీజనల్ హాస్టల్ పెట్టారని తెలిస్తే ఇక్కడికి వచ్చాను. ఇక్కడ అన్నీ బాగానే పెడుతున్నారు. పెట్లు, సోపులు, బ్రష్లు ఇవన్నీ ఇచ్చారు.
Education cadres are recruited from the local community with a minimum qualification of intermediate or graduation, and their primary responsibility is to support the children in improving their competencies and learning abilities through activity-based learning.
మా స్కూల్లో ఏ వర్క్ అయితే ఇస్తున్నామో ఆ పిల్లలకి సీజనల్ హాస్టల్లో ఉండేటటువంటి టీచర్స్ మరింత ఎక్కువగా ఎక్సర్సైజ్ చేయించడం వలన వాళ్ళు విద్యలో మరింత ఫస్ట్ ప్లేస్లో ఉన్నారు వాళ్ళు.
A telephone line is provided at the seasonal hostel so that the families can speak to their children regularly, thus building trust and confidence in the parents as well as the children. Medical facilities are made available to these children regularly and in times of need. The overall program management is the joint responsibility of Rajiv Vidya Mission and Aided Action with state and district project management committees, while being well supported by the interstate coordination committees and local NGOs at the district level.
With the advent of Right to Free and Compulsory Education Act for children, and with the mandate that no child should be out of school in the state, it has become very imperative for the state government to see that children under different categories are brought within the ambit of education.
The fast-growing program has resulted in capacity building of all stakeholders and has alleviated the conditions of many a promising child. Children are a promise for tomorrow. They are our future and we must protect them. And what we teach them today will shape our world tomorrow.